Hello, welcome to our webinar on eOne Solutions. Our agenda today is for a few quick introductions, and then we have Naomi from eOne Solutions to join us to help with a number of rapid-fire demos. So as we get into this, I did want to always reiterate the Dynamics GP roadmap. Endeavor's point of view around Dynamics GP is it is very strong, and we still believe it is the best set of core financials in the mid-market. And we recommend surrounding GP with the cloud.
Endeavour is one of our top performing partners. They're very well trained with all of the eOne tools, and definitely you're in great hands with the Endeavour team.
Fantastic. And now on to eOne Extender. There's two versions of eOne Extender, Standard Edition and Enterprise Edition. Enterprise Edition is definitely our favorite. It attacks and allows you to do so much more. There's a ton of templates that are available from eOne as accelerators where you can do some of the work yourself or serve as basic accelerators for Endeavour to use, reducing the time and effort to create customizations and functions for GP. Nice thing about eOne Extender is it doesn't use code, is not a full customization. You're creating customized forms and screens that aren't going to be impacted by future upgrades.
Oh, thank you, Scott, for that. So, all right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you some pretty cool things that we can do with Extender as well as Extender Enterprise. As Scott had mentioned, there's actually a couple different versions. We're going to pull up Aaron and see this additional window here. This vendor additional information, what we're doing is this is actually an extender window. So what we did is we're using this window to capture 3 additional fields, right? So you can see them here. Now, let's just go ahead and we're going to kind of go out of here. And we're going to go ahead and pull up Extender now. So if I go ahead and pull up Extender, I'm going to show you that window that we created. So see this vendor additional information. We're seeing that minority, the small owned, the woman owned. Let's go ahead and add in another field. So we're going to do Endeavour as our field. And the field type is just going to be, let's just do a checkbox, which is going to match the other ones. So we're going to go ahead and save that. Let's save this. And yep, we're okay to do that. So now we want to display this, so let's save that. So we'll close back out of here, we'll close out of here. We can actually close back out of, I'll just minimize this. Let's go back over to, let's go back into Aaron Fitz. And if I pull up this vendor additional information, so now what we're seeing is where we added Endeavour as another selection. So literally in terms of just a few moments, as you can see, you can literally customize it. GP. So maybe you're looking to add in data that users should see that's sitting outside of GP. You're going to have the power to do that. And without needing a programmer or developer to do that. So someone such as myself who knows nothing about coding and developing still has the ability to do that. Now, what does that make a difference? So in terms of when you're upgrading, you're going to be able to standardize your processes and not have all this customization. So in terms of just your upgrade paths, it's going to make things quite a bit easier for you. All right, we talked a little bit about, well, there's an extender window and there's also an extender form. The actual form isn't attached to a specific GP window. So remember, with Extender, we can add any window on an existing window in GP. We can't modify the windows, but we can add a window. Now with a form, you're going to literally be able to create pretty much essentially like your whole little app within GP itself. So the actual form is something you're going to access right off of the menu. So if I go into subscriptions, what we've done is we've actually created a little subscription application right here within GP. And this is where we used Extender to do that. So if I go ahead and pull up let's just pull up the monthly one, right? Everything seems to be monthly nowadays. And as we can see, we've got earned fits. So based off of the billing address of primary, what it does is it defaults and it pulls in specific data. So if I change this, let's say I have the warehouse. So now it's going to do is it's going to pull in just that contact information. So you can literally kind of customize it, and where fields will populate based off of one field that correlates with another. So let's say for this specific plan, it's the monthly download only plan. You can literally make changes to these plans very easily as well. All right, so high level, that's kind of, for this example, this is, again, this is the enterprise that we use to be able to create this little application right here within GP. All right, one other quick thing, maybe you're using some other reporting tool outside of your standard GP tools like SQL reporting or your Crystal report. So if we go ahead, if I go into Extender and I pull up, if I do a new view, what we can do is we can add in, see the vendor ID, all these vendor extras, okay. If I pull up preview, so literally what we're doing is we're creating a SQL view. So here's a SQL view that has been created with the use of Extender based off of that extra data that we captured. So you don't have to understand that table structure to be able to create it. It's all done right for you. So if you do have data sitting outside of GP and it should be inside where all of your users can see it, by all means, I would recommend highly Extender is the way to go. Endeavour is very well trained again with the tool and can certainly kind of help you get that up and running and ready to go.
And another thing for Extender is that if you wanted to step into a WMS process or some advanced warehousing or inventory controls, but don't want to commit yourself to all of the data rigor and all the data collection to do it properly, sometimes Extender could be used to just sort of borrow some of those best ideas for the 2 or 3 fields that you need and be able to augment and improve your processes from there.
Right, definitely. Good point on that, Scott. And so there is actually over 17 different types of fields that you can add. So it doesn't have to be a checkbox. That's just kind of the one example that I had illustrated. But so definitely there's just a lot of things you can do with it.
Thanks, Naomi. Fantastic. Thank you, Naomi. And yes, talk to Endeavour, give our team a call. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, and thank you, Naomi, for all of your effort.
All right. Well, thanks, everybody, for your time. Enjoy the rest of your week.